Hallo und willkommen zu einer Folge Tower of Fantasy. So, wir betreten das nächste Labor, um da erstmal nach Graufuchs irgendwie zu suchen und auch ja, nach dem nächsten Omnium-Reaktor. Strom ist an. Wow. Das ist ja auf jeden Fall richtig krass viel heller geworden.
Check this out. It looks like something or someone was dragged along the ground over here. It's too early to say for sure. Let's just see where the trail leads.
Zu der Wand. Das heißt, hier ist irgendwie
Step
geheimer
aside.
Eingang.
I know a way to get through.
Durchschlagen oder was? Auf jeden Fall ganz schön tief. Ja, so viel heller hier.
Go take cover. Leave these I didn't expect your combat skills to be so sharp, perfectly covering my blind spots. Are you really just a researcher? You're much different than I imagined. Only what I found in your High-Gross personnel files. Your past mentors say you're a talented researcher, but often overlook social interactions due to your reserved nature and dedication to research. But the researcher I know is decisive, resilient, and composed under pressure, executing tasks efficiently and never lagging behind. That's because I do. Tell me, what could have happened in such a short amount of time to change you so much?
Schreibe es dem Mittwoch zu. Ja, das war Mittwoch. Ja, vielleicht auch Donnerstag. Schreibe es in meiner Umgebung zu. Ja,
Ever
Mittwoch.
since I came into contact with Wednesday, I've experienced all sorts of things on a regular basis that I never would have encountered in the lab. Maybe that's what made me change so much? I understand that. Major life changes often lead to shifts in personality, and you've certainly faced your share of them since arriving in Hesperia, like falling into a coma or being kidnapped. Now that you mention it, those events feel like they happened ages ago. Honestly, they weren't that big of a deal, so I wouldn't dwell on them. Besides, I never would have met you if they hadn't happened, right? Even a small shift in perspective can help us understand other people a lot better. After my wandering days came to an end and I returned to Hykros, I said something similar to Helena, who cared about me deeply. I'm sure she felt the same way then. You're only comforting me because you don't want me to worry so much about you. That's why you pretend nothing happened, and even make jokes about your painful past to show me how strong you are. Professor Helena told me about you, the daughter of the Lysatria family, who became an orphan overnight, wandering throughout the country while searching for your missing brother. That must have been tough. I didn't expect her to tell you so much about me. She must trust you a lot. Honestly, I can hardly remember my wandering days, or the person I was back then. But losing my brother, that pain, that desperate feeling, I can never forget that. I completely understand. I too lost someone important, and my quest to find her brought me here. I can barely remember who I was when I started this journey. It's like you said, it's impossible not to change after so many experiences. But I think change isn't necessarily bad. Without those experiences, I wouldn't have met so many friends or become who I am today. I know you will, so don't worry too much. I'm sure today's mission will be a success, and Grey Fox will be back with you soon enough. Finding her won't be easy, but the happiness of reuniting will be worth it.
So geht auch mal weiter. Was mal los ist, persönlicher Computer. Ja, wo wissen Sie erst, dass sein persönlicher Computer ist? Aha. Aha.
The breakthrough Lucius mentioned is most likely File 049. He mistook it for Hykros' research and wants to claim it as his own to help Aurora Industries surpass its competitors. But who exactly is this Asurata guy? Is he really that influential? He must be if someone like Lucius has no choice but to bow his head and ask for his help. The so-called Todd family sounds pretty intimidating too. He's the CEO of Oth Inc., as well as the next in line to lead the Todd family. What? You don't even know basic history? In 2547, the distant beacon encountered an accident mid-air, forcing the Federation to sacrifice part of the ship's cargo to make a safe emergency landing. This ensured everyone's safety, but led to subsequent material shortages. In order to maintain social order and establish Ida as quickly as possible, the Federation partnered closely with a number of influential families whose fortunes were built on interstellar travel. Let me guess. The Lysaccia and Todd families were among them, right? Correct. My family believes that technology is humanity's guiding light into the future. That's why we invested in cutting-edge technology, including Hykros. The Todd family, however, believes that information rules everything. Many details surrounding the Todd family prior to the age of interstellar travel are difficult to verify. All I can say is that before coming to Ida and establishing themselves as a media giant, the Todd family made their fortune through espionage and trading secrets on the human homeworld. Whether it's espionage, underground deals, or the movement of funds, the Todd family's presence can be felt wherever connections, intel, and money are involved. They're a family of genius entrepreneurs, and their network even extends into the Federation itself. So what's this big job Asurata is doing for Lucius? We'll have to keep digging if we want to find out. Let's go.
Let's go! Hey, nicht hochklettern. Bla bla bla. Bla bla. Bla bla. Bla bla.
This document. It's related to File 049's transfer from the Federation Nexus to Asperia. It seems Lucius had been plotting to steal it for a while. I wonder how he managed to get it. You don't need to tell me about Hykros or what they're up to. Now that the Lysaccia family is gone, I'm just a Federation investigator now. But aren't you even a little curious about what's in this file? Lucius wouldn't have gone to such lengths to steal it if he didn't think it contained cutting-edge omnium research. What would it matter if I knew? I'm not a member of the Todd family. I don't know how to exploit valuable information for profit or power. As far as I'm concerned, they're nothing but parasites with an obsession for money and power. Though they weren't directly involved in the Lysaccia family's destruction, they definitely contributed to it, and even benefited greatly from it. He was still just a student when it all happened, so he had nothing to do with my family's downfall. But Tepin Todd, his father and the true head of the Todd family, is another story. Tepin is an extremely cunning and profiteering man who knows how to maximize his interests while ensuring his own security. When the Lisaccia family was destroyed, he was able to convince the court that he was innocent of any wrongdoing. He wasn't directly involved, so I can't use legal means for revenge. Confronting him would only threaten the life Victor and I have now. But one way or another, he's going to pay for that.
Oh,
We're over here, researcher. We found a series of emails from Lucius asking the whereabouts of file 049, transfer records of the notary company to suppress trending online searches, and procurement records for the construction of a hidden Omnium research lab in this building. It's funny because the trending news was exaggerated by witnesses. They said that Wednesday sent over a dozen people to rob Aurora Industries, yet Lucius paid 10 million Norn just to cover it up.
It's Rosalind, researcher. I just lost sight of her location.
Lost sight of her? She said she was going to search Wells's office earlier, didn't she?
Yes, and 10 minutes ago, I could still see her position inside the Public Security Bureau, but it just suddenly disappeared. I tried rebooting it a bunch of times, but the signal and location data seems fine. Rosalind's signal is the only one missing, and she's not responding to any of my messages. Oh, what should I do?
Stop panicking, Anka. It could just be a problem with her locator or the signal in the bureau. Just be patient.
Anka, Nola, listen. Go find Rosalind now. If she's in danger, call the Fang Gang for help. If she's safe, help her continue searching Wells's office for clues.
But what about Gray Fox?
Meryl and I can handle things here. By the time you get to the Bureau, we'll be finished. In any case, there's no reason for either of you to come back.
I agree with researcher, but I'm not leaving until Gray Fox is rescued. I'm leaving Rosalind in your hands, Anka. Take this badge and show it to Gunpowder of the Fang Gang, and he'll do whatever he can to help.
Boss, I understand. I'm off to look for Rosalind now, so the rest of you better stay safe.
Okay, dann suchen wir jetzt mal ja, Graufuchs. Beziehungsweise sie hatte wahrscheinlich auch den Omnium-Reaktor, der hier noch irgendwo ist.
What's that noise?
Bla 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 bla.
It sounds... He was Aurora's previous chief scientist. Richard took over after his resignation. He must have had his doubts about the origins of File 049, so he resigned out of fear.
In other words, if this Simon person is still alive, he can serve as a witness to implicate Lucius for stealing File 049 and conducting illegal Omnium research. Something about this is a little strange, though.
How so?
Don't you think everything has gone way too smoothly for us so far? Now that you mention it, it does feel that way. The only resistance we encountered was a few droids, and they were easy enough to take down. You'd think they would have better security for an illegal Omnium lab, but getting in here was even easier than infiltrating the Aurora Experimental Center.
Maybe Aurora Industries didn't expect us to find this place?
It's not just that. Those strange footprints led us all the way here, and these documents are powerful evidence that directly proves Lucius stole File 049 and conducted illegal Omnium experiments. How should I put it? It feels like an invisible hand has been deliberately placing everything we need right in front of us.
When you put it that way, it does feel odd.
Hey Nola, I remember you saying that the media exaggerated our break-in of the Aurora Experimental Center, blowing it up to say there were over a dozen people involved, right?
Yeah, we broke in all right, but the process was grossly exaggerated.
A scenario in which old allies are eliminated, new enemies are defeated, and a bright future is brought into clear sight. The only person who stands to win here is Wells. Could it be? What do you mean about Wells?
Researcher, what exactly are you talking about?
I'm worried that Wells was only pretending to buy into Rosalind's act, and that he used her to lure us out here. If so, Wells has most likely captured her already. Wells probably wants to eliminate all his problems, whether it's us or Lucius. That's why he went through so much trouble to set this up and used Grey Fox to lure us here.
We've come this far. Even if it is a trap, we have to try. As long as there's even the slightest chance of rescuing Grey Fox, I won't give up.
I'm going too. If this whole thing really is a trap laid by Wells, then I'm your only shot at survival.
Thank you.
Gemeinsam ist es so weit.
What's this?
Aber ran.
It's just like what we saw back at Shooter Electronics. Wait, no it's not. I'm sensing a completely
Der kann aber
different
nicht viel.
pressure from this guy.
I can't locate his weak point at all.
Also nicht, das ist down.
If you go here with him now, you'll never be able to find Grey Fox.
Wie viele Lebensbalken hat er denn? Oder lädt er sich immer wieder neu auf?
But he's way tougher than the last one.
Lädt er seinen Lebensbalken immer wieder neu auf? Gibt es einen Trick bei? Oh, okay.
Can you hear me, Plotty?
Gut, dass wir gerade noch mit dem Kampf waren, sowas, hä? Was ist jetzt passiert?
Did you make it?
Okay, Kampf, was erscheint, haben wir anscheinend gewonnen, da wo der noch gelebt hat. Was soll's? Terminal haben wir zwar auch nicht benutzt, aber naja, was soll's.
My guess was right. There must be some connection between the omnium reactors in the surface layer and the data singularities.
Well done. Now all we have to do is thoroughly research your new discovery. But right now, you have something much more important to do. The area of the foundational layer you're currently in is under attack by a large number of viruses. They're about to take over
Ja,
the
da kommt
control
bestimmt
tower.
Shirley
So
wieder,
please clear them out as soon as
Nemesis, wie auch
possible.
immer.
Okay.
Okay, machen wir hier aber morgen weiter. Dann wieder vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.